Hello everyone, welcome to the League of Europe Season X finale. We're in Brazil and we're going into this with 5 points of a lead to Cucumber. So straight into it really. First proper round of qualifying with Slipstream. Point 4 not too bad, but definitely more time in it. As you can see we are up by a tenth on our final run. Spine getting ready to give us Slipstream. Felipe just deciding to push him off, be an absolute idiot as usual. No Slipstream, you can see the delta drop, so yeah, that was qualifying over pretty much. And quite frustrating, probably couldn't have gotten pole, but P2 was pretty safe. So yeah, absolute shambles. Speechless to be honest. Luckily for us, our contender Mr. NSX Cucumber only done the P8, so he bottled qualifying quite hard as well. We stay in P3 luckily. For the race, I was going for medium hard, but we switched to hard medium last second because we knew Cucumber also started on hards. So we're just gonna copy him completely. And it's already the last time the season lights out, and an amazing start. Look at that, just absolutely pulling already past Alp. Nathan in the background on a set of softs. We go super deep. We don't know if we are 2 or 3 wide. Actually, we are actually only 2 wide. Trying to defend the position, almost cutting the inside. Hand is raised, and now you can see beautiful 2 red arrows. We are the slowest car in a straight line of the whole grid. We just absolutely send it. We need to stay there. At least out of Alp, we can let Nathan through really. But we just managed to do so. As you can see again from the outboard shot, Nathan wasn't really there, but they just left enough space anyways. Side by side with Alp, good racing. Nathan, quite slippery in a straight line. Gets a really good exit, and very sketchy. It's not the first time you're going to see 3 wide into turn 4. But we managed to keep it on the outside and keep P2 on that one, just behind Campbell. So now we're in a Mercedes sandwich. Cucumber at this stage is about in P9, so he needs to beat us by either winning or by at least 2 positions. The gap is 5 points going into this. On countback he would win. You can already see Nathan pressurizing us, and this stage I just decided to let him go. I didn't even want to fight it, just let him through really. Otherwise he's just gonna push me all the way, and can't really be asked for that. So lap 1 done, we're still in the same position, but we're ahead of Alp, which is important. And yeah, it's a decent start, I would say. Used quite a lot of battery, and all of a sudden you see Alp pushing in the mirror as well, so you have to use battery again. That's quite awkward. I don't really know what to do. I go to the outside, get a big box in, but luckily Alp doesn't send it. Nathan already struggling on his, in terms of grip. He was doing that all season long. So again, just making sure we have the gap to Alp. Watching the stream on my tablet on the right side, and just see Alp again appearing in the mirror. Defending this one slightly, but again, not going too deep, not wanting to lose any front wing. And thankfully, again, he holds back. So we keep position. We try a move on lap 5 on Nathan. Go to the outside. Again, we're slow in a straight line, and the Mercedes are playing together. Campbell is going to move to the right and absolutely locking me in. Nowhere I can go. So battery absolutely wasted there. But the pace is so slow. We were half a second to a second off pace every single lap. That's what we did in practice. So Mercedes boys playing a stupid game, but well, it's fair enough. They're allowed to do that. And again, look, box in. They're doing that quite well, to be honest. Defending into turn 1. We get a kind of a switch back on, but I didn't want to commit around the outside and then get attacked by Alp. So again, the battery is wasted. Alp spun in the background, by the way. Took out Spine, so now we have Cucumber all the way from P9 to P4. We tried to go for it. Nathan, lap 14, he's still on his softs. And it's Chrono Day. Again, we're just boxed in. We can't go anywhere, really. And now we have Cucumber directly behind us. Lap 16, Nathan is in, going on a set of mediums to the end. So he's going to get a big undercut. Next lap around, we stay behind Campbell for now. But approaching a pit window, I plan to pit this on the next lap. So we're just going to use the ERS now and make sure we get past Campbell because he was so slow as well. We're about 7/10 of what we did in practice in terms of lap times. Which is quite surprising, to be honest. Very weird, because Brazil is usually a very bad track for myself. So we put a car between myself and Cucumber. So that is quite important. Lap 18, we decide to stay out one more lap. In the background you can see Cucumber dart into the pit lane, and he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. So into the pits we go. As you can see, Campbell actually hits us, almost going over the speed limit, almost giving us a penalty by pushing us into the pits. I don't know if he get damage from that. So we're gonna switch on to mediums, lap 20, so 17 laps actually instead of mediums, should be very easy to the end. But we'll get undercut, of course. Stay ahead of Campbell, crucially. You don't really want to stay behind him. Tricky pit exit, make sure you save with all the bumps and the cold tires. And there's Cucumber, so Cucumber has passed us, but he has 5-second penalty from the pit lane infringement. So all we have to do really is follow him. But as usual, Mr. Issa decided to stay out forever and decided to let firstly Cucumber through and then fight his ass off again against me, like he did 2 seasons ago. So with all tires on the inside, goes super deep, we avoid him, try to go for the switchback, he absolutely stamps on the brakes, we nearly get damage, just about got away with it. Now, on to the second straight, we need to get this move done. If we stay behind him in the middle sector, it's game over. We send him around the outside, we leave him so much more space than actually needed because he's an absolute terrorist. 6 is not in there, but we get a move done and we can pull away. So that was a big move, very important, just so we can catch back up to the guys ahead. On our best, we are on the best tires, so that's a good advantage to have. So it should be easy to catch back up to the guys in front. As you can see, we're already closing in and they're just bunching up, and we're gonna get the DRS on this lap. But Cucumber's still ahead of us, and Cucumber the quickest guy probably in terms of race pace. If he gets past him and we don't, he still has a chance to drive out a couple of seconds of lap time. But at this stage I'm just trying to get any battery back. But you can see Cucumber making the first move on Verstappen already. And he's also going for the move on on Nathan, Suikra into the pits. So he gets both moves on in one straight, and they're not really fighting him hard. It was literally, it was only 15 drives, so it felt like a 13 versus 1. Spine pretty much out of it because of the damage he got earlier. So we're still with them, but it's very, very costly in terms of lap time. That Cucumber is now streaking away in front. But well, what could save Cucumber? Oh yeah, a safety car could save Cucumber. Who's behind us? Is a car around him? No. He absolutely yeets it into the wall. Crash gate 2.0, safety car deployed, and we're screwed. We have to pit again, someone stayed out, so he has a free pit stop. And look at that, Nathan backing us up, 3 seconds in the delta. At this point I'm thinking, yeah, he's holding us up so we end up behind Cucumber, which I'm still thinking he might have debated about. But now we're going, luckily. Don't quite know what that was. So we're pushing. A bit more to line, so we're only 2 seconds in the delta. At this point I don't have any clue how far behind Cucumber we are. So into the pits as safely as possible. We're gonna go for mediums, so others probably go for soft, but I prefer the mediums over, what is that, 12 laps. Almost go side by side here. Verstappen almost in the back of Nathan. So here it's just crucial, we need to get past Cucumber. He's serving his penalty right there on the left. He's also going for medium. We change back to a fresh set of mediums, we save from Coley, and we're ahead of him. We're behind Russell and Verstappen, and 2 guys that think stayed out. Peace in the lead. As we have to restart, 12 laps to go, 11 laps to go actually, and we absolutely bottle it. We just got cold napping completely, and we have Cucumber right up our ass. So he's going for the outside, I tried defending the inside, I tried to pretend to go deep, and then just park it a bit on the apex. And again, we have to use so much ERS, we have to use half our battery just to defend from Cucumber, and we're still almost a second behind the cars ahead. But crucially we stay ahead, we managed to save the position for now. P7, P8, I just need to keep him behind, really. That's the only way he's gonna outscore us, if he just gets cars between us. So Gary and Matt, the guys ahead of us, those are the guys that stayed out. We absolutely abused the rest of our battery, which is a bit scary. You see Gary flashing as well, Cucumber behind saving his battery. Those guys on the same age tires, I think 6 laps, 5 lap old tires. We prepare a beautiful switchback. And at this point I think, yeah, easy move from Gary. Matt probably still has DRS, he does. But now you can see a second arrow. Cucumber has an insane run in turn 3. So we're now behind Cucumbers, we need to make this move stick. We try on the outside, just about left enough space. And we almost get a move done. We're on 0% battery. We try to get the inside, not going too deep. We don't know if Cucumber hangs it around the outside, but he doesn't. So we keep the position in an insane move around the outside. You can see that again. Me and Gary flashing. Cucumber saved his battery beautifully. Gets a shorter run through turn 2. At this point he's ahead of me. But I know that he's a respectful racer, probably one of the only ones in the session. And we hang around the outside and somehow keep the position. And now we have a slow moving Matt ahead on his old tires and with some skill issues. So into the last 2 corners of the second sector, just making sure Cucumber doesn't find a gap. But again, we are so low on batteries, so it's going to be a tough ask. We try to not be too close to Matt, so we have a slipstream all the way down. So we leave a bit of a gap to him, and now we have to press the battery. And at this point, Cucumber's also thinking about squeezing the battery. You can see the gap to Cucumber also coming down on the left. We make the move without really having to use overtake, luckily. And down the inside of Matt, he doesn't really fight it, credit to him. And that's up into P5. We have now a 2-second gap ahead with 7 laps to go, 8 laps to go. 3-car ahead also with a 5-second penalty. We tried to give Matt the slipstream, but he doesn't fight Cucumber either, so fair enough, I guess. And then on end of lap 30, we still haven't caught up. I was not sure if I wanted to hold Cucumber back or catch back up to the guys ahead, but they were so slow and battling so hard. I didn't want to waste my ERS here defending from Cucumber, not really the point. But then the main issue is Campbell also trying to send it down the inside. I go deep, try to get some clean air to the front wing, not going into the marbles too much, we keep the position around the outside, very important. And now we need to stay with Cucumber, not waste too much ERS. As you can see at the end of the straight and the telemetry, lifting very early, just to save that battery back up. Way overfueled as well at this stage because I just lifted and coasted the whole first stint. 5 laps to go. You can see the absolute centipede here. Cucumber sends it down the inside of Verstappen, and that's going to move into a championship winning position potentially. At this point we should be equal on points if he gets a move done, but he wins on comeback. We tried to sneak on the inside of Verstappen as well. Verstappen, the only QBR guy with a brain in this race, apart from Gary as well, probably. Verstappen still fighting Cucumber for his life. He just wants the race win, to be honest. And Cucumber gets the move done, so we need to get it done as well. The little lag when you close up to someone almost catching us out. And we're on the 0% battery again. Old internal combustion engine only. But we need to make this move stick round the outside. We go very, not too deep, leave just enough room on the inside and get the move done. I see a huge snap from Cucumber. We need to lift off and back on the gas again, but we have no battery. And it's 4 cars literally within half a tenth. So 3 wide again into turn 4. We just know we need to brake delay this. We do absolutely send in on the brakes, leave enough space on the inside. And again, 0% battery. We just keep on the inside. You can't really pass here. And we keep the position. So we are now in the P4 and Cucumber has made a huge error. And that's going to cost him dearly. You can see around the outside of Verstappen, a little bit of contact. And ahead of us, Cucumber absolutely with 3 snaps catches it somehow. Slows us down in the process. 2 laps to go, Cucumber sends it on Verstappen again. He made the move on Campbell this lap. Now around the outside on Verstappen. We try to give a little bit of slipstream on the inside of Verstappen, just to keep him between us. And at this point, it's gonna be 1 lap only to go, and Cucumber is gonna get moved on Verstappen on this straight. So we only have 1 lap that we have to keep Cucumber behind us, and somehow not let any cars get between us. So into turn 1, they're 3 wide for like the 7th time, I think, for the lead in 10 laps time. And we don't really want to lead, we don't want to win, so I try to leave a gap here. You see Cucumber 7th, 10th behind us. And they're going 3 wide again. I was so expecting a crash at this stage. So again, we get a good run out of here, and we use some battery as well. I thought of maybe going for it on Sweet Crown, but then I just thought, nah, the risk is too big. There's no point. And then they almost brake check us. I see Cucumber arrive, so I covered it inside a little bit, so you just can't make any move to us. He tries here outside, but it's just not enough for him, and then just 3 more corners ready to go. We defend the inside again just to make sure he doesn't even get the chance to do something. We leave a bit of a gap. We don't want to be too close to the cars ahead, but we need to be close enough to get the slipstream and not get overtaken. We need a good exit, and if we do that, that's our championship. That's the 6th title in League of Europe. 6 out of 7 seasons for me. And we come across the line. We get P3 in a race, Cucumber P4. We get the championship by, I think, 8 points in the end. We had a bit of a shaky season ending in terms of the last couple of races, and an absolute horror show of a last race in terms of strategy, and people just being stupid. So we make it sick. Definitely not going to race next season in League of Europe, but I hope you enjoyed. See you next week in the 24 hours of F1. GG to Cucumber, and see you soon.